Hello humans, how are you? It's Cuckoo and I have a brand new studio. I'm really stoked about this. For 1.5 years I've been basically doing all of my creative stuff in a very small room, like 15 square meters, maybe 12 even. It's been really small and I've been struggling. But now I'm in this new place, new space, and I can divide my musical endeavors, and then in the other room I can have my visual stuff and painting. So it's going to be much more convenient for me to have a little project going over here. I can leave it there, start another project over here. I plan on taking my una corda and placing it there, and it's going to be such a joy for me to kind of go back into full-fledged creative mode. I've been missing that, to be honest. I have, and I've been struggling to keep up. And I think now is a really good time to just step on the gas again, because I'm ready, but the studio is not ready. So this video here is just going to be like a first little experiment, because the studio is never going to be this empty again. So first day, let's check out the acoustics. What is it like? Is it terrible? Is it okay? Is it a good starting point? Let's find out together. All right. I'm recording all of this through these wonderful microphones and trying to get a rather neutral vibe here. And also this, so that you can hear my voice wherever I stand. So first thing first, a clap. I think it's actually beyond my expectations. There's some frequency I can kind of hear in there. That is a frequency, and maybe. I don't have a test tone, so I can't test for sure, but I think it's rather balanced, like surprisingly balanced, to be honest. And I was so happy about that, because that was my number one dread. To come into this room and everything sounds like I'm in a bathtub. It doesn't. It doesn't sound like a bathtub, but it is an empty room, and it's fairly shiny surfaces on the floor, for instance. A shiny floor is going to reflect, it's going to bounce. But these walls here, there are wooden panels, and they have a little shape in them. They're kind of smooth and they are reflective, but I think wooden panels in the whole room is a big plus. Wood is organic and has just a much nicer tone overall. And I can definitely hear like a different acoustic in this part, and as I move into this part it sounds a little bit nicer, to be honest. But I'm going to be in this part mostly when I work with sound. So this, yeah, I could hear another frequency. The hoo. Let's try a voice sweep. That's a frequency. Ooh. Maybe that. Ooh. Maybe that. Ooh. 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 Oh. 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 Ooh. Oh, you. Ooh. Oh. Well, now you can hear my whole vocal range. It's an empty room, so a lot of reverb and space is to be expected. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put a carpet on the floor and see what that does to the sound. So I'm going to put it around here, I think, so that we have a bit of carpet in both sides of the rooms. and let's see what that sounds. So before carpet, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's bring a carpet into this room. I have a carpet right here. And this is not an organic material carpet, so I think organic material is much better at doing something with the sound, treating and dampening. But it is what I got for free, my dear friend Aina, thank you. So I'm going to put it down here. There we go. It's not too bad. It's looking rather nice. All right, let's do the same thing again. With a carpet. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 1. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. The tail is a little bit shorter for sure, but maybe it's also becoming more prevalent that there is an echo over there, whereas this space is more treated. I can hear like a reverb away from me, whereas before I was in the reverb, if that makes sense. Next, I'm going to just place into the room 4 acoustic absorbers that I have. So these acoustic absorbers, I think I have more in Oslo. I'm going to go there and get them. But just to place them in kind of high positions, if I can, and see if that will do something to the sound. So here we go. Maybe I'll put one up here for now. In one way, the important thing is that this area here is sounding good. So for now, I'm going to put it right there. And another one, how about right here in the middle? And the last one, I'll put it behind the camera. Let's see. So basically, I've got, in this part of the room, got one over there, one in the middle between the rooms, one over there behind the camera on the window, and one here. So again, let's try this. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but that did a lot to the reverb, to the tails, and it's the much more, it's not dead by any means, it's still a big room, but just placing these 4 plates out a little here and there, certainly to my ears, dried up the space quite a lot. They absorb a lot of reverb, so that makes me think a lot of the reverb is, of course, in the walls. And yeah, I'm feeling hopeful. So now, let's see, if I speak here, yeah, I can hear a bit more reverb in this end of the room because it's not treated. And as I come here, this part of the room is drier. Yeah, makes sense, but it's still nice to kind of hear how much these little things can actually improve the listening experience. All right, so next, what I'm going to do next is to bring some cushions for a sofa, I believe. They were here when I moved in, and I think I can use them. I'm just going to put them in random places. Yeah, let's do that. See if that does something to the acoustics. All right. So first, I'm going to take this big one. Maybe this is a good one to have in just one corner. Another one in the middle here. Maybe one in each corner. Is that a good idea? Let's try it. One over here, and one over here. All right, gonna do the same thing and see if they did anything. One, two, three. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So basically I can hear everything I put in here. The more fabrics, the more cushions and pillows and stuff, the more it's drying out. But already now I can see that these are professional absorbers. They did so much, whereas these cushions from the sofa didn't do as much. They did something, but definitely not as much as these professional plates. So I think I'm gonna head over to my studio in Oslo and see how many of them I can get from there, because there's still some up there, and the guy who's renting from me, he needs them. So it's good if there's still some there, but maybe I can take a few of them and bring here to improve the acoustics even better. Yeah, so let's see if I can find the frequencies again. What I'm looking for basically is that go sweeping the whole frequency range, and suddenly I hear reverberation in one frequency, and then I'm trying to dial in that and just to listen to it and see if it's one of these frequencies is going to be an issue when working with music, or if it's like manageable. I can hear there is some boxy frequencies somewhere. Sometimes it's a combination of frequencies that's kind of together, they're creating a boxy experience, but it's not that bad. Hey, yo, hey. Right? Yeah. It's not too bad, actually. I'm going to drink some tea. Here's my teacup. Obviously, as you can see, I'm right in the middle of moving in. I love this place already. And behind the camera, there's a lovely view. I can actually see my home from the view, so it's very close by. And that means it's easy for me to pop in here when I need. It's also easy to pop in at home when I'm needed there, or if it's not like a big hassle to get to and from the studio, which is nice. So happy about that. The placement too can be better. So and I can keep going on my daily swims because it's right by the sea, which is lovely. Even now in the winter it's down to 7 degrees in the sea at Celsius, which is surprisingly manageable, I'd say. And so that's good. And what else? Yeah, January 2026 is just around the corner. I'm hyped for the next year, very much because of this space. Finally, have a dedicated space again, and I think it's going to be easier for me to get going and produce and create on a much broader front again. I know I've been struggling, but yeah, this year is going to be great. And as for January, I usually run this thing I call Jamuary, where I post a little jam every day. I'm not going to jam every day in January. I'm going to focus on this room to have this a good experience. I'm going to try and get going with some interesting videos and musical journeys, and also work with this electronic instrument that shall not be named yet, that I'm working on as a lead sound designer. That is also something I will be working a little bit on through January. So January, of course, I'm always checking it out. So everyone doing January, you're awesome, and I applaud you. And I might post a little jam here and there because it's fun. And also I have some new stuff that I'm very eager to try out. This one here, it's been something that I'm so stoked to try out. The color box, yes, the color box. I'm yeah, more on this later, and also not here right now. I haven't unpacked it, but I also have the protein, world of protein, which I'm also dying to get into. I tried it a little bit. I got an early firmware that was a little bit messed up, so now firmware is okay, and I'm going to try that as well. Yeah, let's just stop right here, and I'm going to say thank you everyone for the support over the years. 2025 has been a good year in many ways. I've been struggling with keeping productivity up, but I've been on some nice things. And looking back now, I went to Canada, which is amazing. I went to see the people of Empress Effect, and even though I got sick, I had a wonderful performance there. I went to see Plug, and connecting with him was such a wonderful time. And yeah, next year, I'm gonna say it, I hope to be going to Japan. I hope to be going to Japan. I want to go to see Festival of Modular. What Hataken has done with the Festival of Modular, started out at Tokyo Festival of Modular, and now it's expanding into Korea, maybe even China, we'll see. So I definitely want to come for Festival of Modular in the end of 26. Yeah, that's my goal for 26. Is it a resolution? No, it's my goal. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Anyhow, peace out, all the humans. You're wonderful, and yeah, you're wonderful. All right, see you very soon. This was a small experiment on acoustics, and just to kind of tune my ears to the room and see what it feels like. More on that later. Peace out.